Hi guys, and welcome for a new episode of Dubai Wellness Talk. My name is Allaoua Gaham, as known as Allaoua Yoga here in Dubai. I am so happy today to receive one of my favorite person in Dubai, Natasha. What's up?
What's
Good
up,
to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you
Thank
doing?
you for having me.
Thank you
so
for
much.
being here. I see when I create this podcast and this TV show, you were one of the first person I had in mind as a guest.
I'm flattered.
You like a very inspiring personality and very inspiring businesswoman, strong woman. So this is the image I have of you in Dubai. So I'm going to ask you to start with by introducing yourself for us to know you better. Who are you, Natasha?
Well, I am Natasha, also known as Bio Diva,
The real.
or also known as Health Nag. Basically, I nag for a living, you know, and but the intention is very good. So
All right.
I nag because I care. So a little bit about me. I'm a passionate, I call myself wellness artist because I am not strategic entrepreneur. I'm firstly a passionate woman. So everything I do because I'm obsessed with it genuinely. So you can track my entire career and my personal interest by what businesses I've set up.
I love that.
Literally, everything that I do, I am a customer. Everything that I don't know, create a new business, it's always, you will see me there. I'm either using the product or I'm using the service or I'm just genuinely obsessed with it.
And that's it's amazing, you know, being an entrepreneur, when you have the passion of what you are selling, exploring, trying. I guess this is when you're driven by emotion, maybe more than strategic forecasts, figures, and everything.
Absolutely.
So where does it start? How did you start your
So it
career?
started a long time ago. I was living in London and
Okay.
then I moved here in 2010.
Okay.
And I never worked in my life until that point, and
Alright.
I was just studying. I couldn't find myself. I didn't know what kind of like passion I have. I didn't know what skills I have. So I was lost. So
Alright.
I moved to Dubai. As soon as I moved here, I heard about these hot yoga classes. And I'm like, let's try it because I'm into sauna. I love sweating. It's like kind of Russian style.
Yeah.
I like
The
it. So
banyas, like
yeah,
banyas,
exactly.
yeah.
So I jumped on the first class and I loved it from the first sweat. And then I started to go every day. And every day I used to come. It was so busy. And I thought, oh my God, this is a brilliant idea. Why don't I set up a studio myself and just have always space for myself?
What was the studio before?
It's called Raw Yoga. It goes
okay.
way back to 2012.
It was one of the first, I guess. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
not. It was the second. The first one was in Capital Club. It was a while ago.
All right. I didn't
But
know this one.
yeah, I went straight away. As soon as this idea came to my mind, there was so much energy and passion. I'm like, that's it. I'm going to US. I'm going to train for this hot yoga training.
Okay.
2 months I spent in US. I came back, and that's it. I started to work on opening my studio, and that was my
Wow, it
first
was
ever
fast.
business. I had no experience. All I had was an obsession with hot yoga.
Yeah, I can see the obsession is still going on. Because
I still, 11 years later, I
Yeah,
can still
it's
see me on
crazy.
the mat, you know?
It's crazy. So how long, when did you open Drip? This was the first time you opened Drip? Or
So,
you had another?
quick pre-story. I've sold that raw yoga
Okay.
before, and I invested into organic food manufacturing business,
Okay.
which was producing gluten, dairy, and sugar-free products, which again, as a customer, I'm like, can somebody produce dairy, gluten, and sugar-free products? And I'm like, no one is producing. Why don't I do it? So then I jumped on it, and I built myself like a 2-floor facility. We were producing everything, got into waitress, into spinach,
Wow.
into Zoom, everywhere. Like 27 SKUs, everything is super healthy. And then unfortunately it didn't work out.
So,
there's
let's-
another side of the coin.
Yeah,
you know?
let's stop at this point. You know, you know, guys, if you follow me for time now that I was an entrepreneur myself, when I arrived here 16 years ago. So this is the life of the entrepreneur. You're driven by passion. You have a vision. You want to put this vision into reality. And sometimes it doesn't work, but I guess it's
And
a part
that's
of
okay.
it. Yeah, it's,
And I can confidently say, because I've lost that and I got into depression, that's a whole new another
Yeah, I
episode.
mean,
but
maybe on the
I
next
just want to
episode.
say that now, because of that, what I've learned in this business, now I feel I can set up another business, because infrastructure is the same. It doesn't matter what you want to do. Once
Exactly,
you nail
yeah.
that structure, it's good, because structure is needed. And I was too early to a party. I wanted no preservatives, everything natural. The logistic got crazy. The cash flow got crazy.
Yeah, it was so
the
early maybe
passion
for the
was
market,
there, but
yeah.
the feasibility wasn't.
I can see. Yeah, so maybe, you see, there is this famous quote, this famous sentence, who say like you never lose. Either you
Oh,
win,
no.
either you learn.
In my
And
case,
I guess for all the entrepreneurs, it's
I
something.
agree.
So okay, so
as long as you
moving
don't
forward,
get into serious debts, that's the dangerous part. That's why I always say, guys, please, please, please don't start your businesses out of debt.
yeah, that's good advice, guys.
Oh,
Especially if
never.
out there you want to start your own business, whether it's in a wellness industry or something else. Yeah, you need to have from the beginning a clean floor, because if the floor
Allocate
is
the money you're allowed to lose, because you will always need more. There will always end up being more money needed, always more effort needed. So do not overstretch yourself, because I've seen a lot of people getting
it's always
into
2 or 3 times more than what you expect. Anyway, like if you have, let's say, my forecast, I will spend this, man, I think you can open it to more.
Yeah.
But that's good. You stopped, because you need to know when to stop. Because if it doesn't maybe catch up first year, 2 years, regardless of the effort you put, you have to make a stop. And this is hard sometimes for entrepreneurs.
Very hard.
You want to believe in it, but maybe the vision is there, but from another structure, another brand, another format. So I guess this is what's
very
happening
hard, and
here.
that's why I did not want to give up. I'm not a quitter, so it's very hard for me to end something super hard. And I pitched the entire UAE for investors to get the investors. So
I can feel this energy now.
yeah, and it's like, it's universe like, no, Natasha, you're out of this business. So it just pushed me out. So I got into depression, and then that opportunity to open Drip came to me, and I was not excited because I was still grieving my old business, because it was Napoleon's plan. I invested a lot of my own money, and I burned them all.
Can you imagine,
I did not have investors there. And then this Drip opportunity came. I was not excited, but then I still took it because I had no option. And then Drip got my soul back, I started to shine again. And then after that, obviously the health night came in the picture in parallel of Drip, which is a hot yoga studio in Dubai. If you guys haven't been,
not just a hot studio. Guys, probably if you follow me for some time, that I've been teaching at Drip now for many years, and it's different from the other studio. I mean, I've been teaching with many other studios. Drip from the beginning has this quirky type of energy, like the graphic charts.
The hairy armpits are characters.
The hairy armpit characters, all these
me.
cartoon characters type of, and
no, it's not.
Natasha,
I have to clarify that.
No, she's not. But I am on the wall, and
you
as
are
an animal
on the wall.
flow,
I try to put all the amazing because we are family. In Drip,
yeah,
I feel
Drip
it's a
family.
family.
Yeah, it's true.
All the
it's
family members'
vibes.
portraits are on the wall. This is how I see it.
I have a question for that. I know a lot of people who watching us probably, there is in this population yoga teacher, and when you're a teacher at some point, you really want to consider, why not opening my own studio, And I never really want to do it personally, because I'm an entrepreneur, so I know that this is not an easy business, and maybe not something I want to put all my energy in, because it really takes a lot of energy. And so this is the question: what can you give us in terms of feedback if someone wants to open the new studio? You will advise to try for it. We advise to kind of maybe find other people, to try to find an investor, to try to find a concept. What makes the success of Drip today?
I think it's very important to identify first why you want to open a yoga studio.
So the reason.
There must be a reason. Like in my case, so first of all, it doesn't make a lot of money. Let's be clear on that, because that's why if you would like to just create a sort of living for yourself and do something you really genuinely love and you are passionate about, and you yourself using and your friends using, and I think in that way you can definitely do it. But as for I want to open a yoga studio because I want to make money, there are better ways of making money. Let's be honest.
That's probably the reason why I didn't go for it. Yeah, because it's actually the best that can happen. Not just in Dubai. I know all around the world, yoga, it's a hard business to handle. If you don't do okay, let's put it this way. Even if you do regular RYTs and retreat, and you have to, it's a lot of energy, a lot of commitments.
You start building a lot of chains, like as a chain. I mean, not locations. I meant. Yeah. So if you create more locations, then yes. A lot of people came to us and said, let's do another location here,
Drip,
and here and here. And I'm like, no, you know what? We like it. We like that it is boutique. We like it.
It's like an hub. It's like a hub for everyone.
You cannot sustain the same energy around all. For me, what's most important that I come is like a fam. It's a family. And I would like to stay like this. We are now expanding, by the way, so we're removing the
on the same
place.
place.
On the same place, but we're going to have a room, new capacity
like a hub.
60. So we're going to have a lot of amazing classes coming up.
That's really amazing. And also, I guess people who consider opening a yoga studio, and they're usually yogis, and it's hard to make money as a yogi as well.
It's hard to make money. It's a factual.
The wellness world is pretty tough. I've been in different industry, and honestly, it's maybe one of the fast growing industry, but it's still a lot of competition.
But just to give you an example, for example, I had before a yoga studio, right? The first one.
The raw one.
Yeah. rent killed us, right? So unless you really look into the contract, because we were doing fantastic for 2 years. Then on the third year, they decided to introduce a completely new parking value. So the customer would have to pay, instead of like 3 dirhams, now they'll have to pay like 20 dirhams. So people stopped coming, and you can't do anything about it. And to get like extra parking spots is like 45,000 per year. Are you crazy? So it killed us. In a way, it killed us. So you have to make sure you look into your contract agreement, and always think in advance before, like not just 1 year.
Especially in a fast-moving context, like
exactly.
we don't know what things will build next to you and what impacts will be on your business. Good. What about Health Snack? So this was Drip Studio.
Yes.
Now the Health Snack.
So Health Snack was born out of my natural characteristic, which is nagging.
Not at all.
No, and then basically I was nagging my friends and family, do this, do that. Like I used to have people like so against it. I would say don't buy margarine, and I come home and the margarine in the fridge, I would throw it away, and people come do again. Like my family would buy it again next day. Like I was just nagging. I thought, you know what? Let me take it out to the world. Maybe they will appreciate it more. And then I started blog, the Health Snack blog, and I was sharing my functional medicine information, which I like. For the last 20 years, all I've been doing is learning about naturopathic ways of healing and trying to fix my own issues, which I did successfully when doctors couldn't help. So Health Snack is very like personal story. And then it's just happened that people really resonated with it, and a lot of people messaged me, you know what, that makes so much sense. I introduced those changes and I feel amazing. That's it. That's my fuel. I am totally obsessed with people changes when they're more positive. So that's the Health Snack. And now then Health Snack is more also known as a supplement brand. And it's our own creation, our own formulation. I am so particular about the quality. I am not compromising on anything. It's more premium, it's not cheap. But again, because it's tied to my passion, and it's not only about money, we're able to create something amazing and literally not be worried about whether it's mass market or not. You want something good, that's Health Snack.
All right.
You know, you have choices.
So what about the profitability? Because you say like yoga studio is not profitable. As a businesswoman, will you advise? Because I know also a lot of people, they are in nutrition, they are in veganism, so they always want to create their own product. Will something you will advise, or do you have any advice for people who want to start up?
Again, if you don't have any entrepreneurship, any business, it's tough. If you hear all this success story,
it's really tough. Like it's a commitment.
Exactly. If you hear all these success stories, you know, it's overnight success. It doesn't exist. There's a lot of burning down, sleepless nights, stress. I talk about stress all the time, but because I have also functional medicine clinic coming up, I'm not sleeping now because there's like Drip, there's Health Snack, there's a lot. It's tough. But if you have it in you, it's like if you're an entrepreneur, you cannot be anyone else. It's like you either are or you're not, I feel. So if you have that fire in you to be a leader, to do something by yourself, you're gonna have to come with a lot of strength and persistence. So it's not easy. Same with supplement business. It's a very competitive market, incredibly competitive.
This is
you need to know what you're doing. It depends whether your ethics are good or not, because maybe a lot of unethical businesses doing more money than me, and I'm okay with that because I cannot sleep at night otherwise. But I know a lot of brands that are successful, huge. They're multi-million dollar businesses, but they're not doing it ethically. And most people taking the supplements, they are not getting the results. They're not getting a good product. But business, if you are talking business,
figures are big,
you can make money if you are unethical. When you are very ethical, your profits will be less.
Yeah, you add 1 month fence to go over. But it's I would say I always believe in more sustainable, ethical business. You know, you don't really want to because see, there is so much in the market already. Competition, you have to find your own segmentation. So when people start believe in you, believe in your product, believe in your vision, then this is how you build, you know. Very good. I have one last question, and we have to stop soon. You know, it goes very fast. But we will have another video about holistic life, because I'm really interested to know what was your journey and what advice you can give to people. But just to finish with this topic, which is more business oriented, how is it to be a woman entrepreneur? Is it like there's any changes? You feel like the reaction of people being different, or do you feel at the end of the day it's the same thing? So tell me.
Amazing question, because I'd love like the whole episode on that. But we will.
You have 1 minute.
but I'm telling you, it can be both ways.
All right.
One way, no one is taking you seriously in business if you're a woman.
All right.
I've learned that. You always have to triple turn up, triple effort before they start taking you serious in business, right? Yeah. Another thing, there is a personal, interpersonal thing going on. So you can also win a little bit more sometimes when you are a woman, right? Certain things, yeah, because that energy is just more connecting. Like,
it's
let's
different
say,
for men.
it happens, but also it can go against you too, because if you're a very ethical woman, then that can sometimes also
it's one more fence.
It's human. It's humane.
Yeah, of course,
it happens in every business. It doesn't matter. But
it's relationship at the end of the day. You know, your partner, the person that you're trying to sell or make collaboration is partnership. So you need to find this line of relationship to keep it,
where they start
serious,
respecting you for who you are rather than for who you look like, right? And this is very, very important. But for me, it's also, for me, the hardest thing is to balance for my personal life masculine and feminine. This is my lesson for this year, because I have a lot of masculine energy in business. I have a lot, and people sometimes they look at me and see, and they're turned off by that. But then they don't know I have an incredibly feminine soft side, and not many see that, so they judge me.
I saw it. I know you for a long time. I understand what you mean.
A lot of men told me that in my face, that Natasha, you are very masculine. You are super tough. But when you know me, I'm not tough. I cry at night. I cry on my pillows. You know.
She's tough and she cries in between.
But I am very, very soft inside. So, but because that explains why I'm in a nurturing business and not in a finance business. You know. So
that makes sense.
It's a tricky, but that's it. I cannot turn off my masculinity in business. I cannot. Otherwise, things will fall apart.
Yeah, you need. I think you need both.
I'm striving for balance right now.
Very good. Okay, that's what's so interesting. You know, I even feel sometimes we have to make this conversation getting longer, because I can feel I have so much thing to share. Just in one word to sum up, as an entrepreneur and Natasha here, I like to push people to try something. Even if you have a vision, just try, go for it, do it safely. As Natasha said, don't go crazy, but you have to try. And even it doesn't work, you drop, you stand, you move, you try something else, maybe in the same field, but with some different approach of the business. Great, it was so interesting. Thank you so much, Natasha.
For having me, guys.
We'll put your Instagrams, because I know you have many, you know, Health
Biodiva and Health Snack.
Biodiva and Drip, yeah. So
and soon Natural Clinic.
Wow, there's some new projects coming on. So I think this is the easiest way to reach out to you through DM on Instagram. And I'll put all the details under. Thank you guys so much. You can subscribe here for more video. Thank you for the one who subscribed. You give us strength, energy to carry on and have every time more interesting guests in the Dubai wellness industry. Thank you guys. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Allaoua.